Hi everybody, if you're new here, welcome, and to my regular fan base, welcome back. So, this is a video of continued accountability revolving around parental annihilation and what we can do as men and as fathers towards countering what is seemingly the impossible odds being the law, but countering that to the best of our capabilities. So, let's start. Let's begin. So, let's start with the long term impacts for the child, be it positive or negative. Parental annihilation, the obvious is the negative effects that the effects will have on the child. This is the obvious. What isn't so obvious is that by way of documentation, as to creating an emotional response and responses from your child's and the authorities by continually stacking up and stacking up and stacking up and stacking up and stacking your proof, every interaction, every aha moments, every golden memory. Could be you and your child's on a boat together. It could be you and your child at the first soft play with his candy floss out, and he's got a beautiful, bright smile, holding his candy floss up at the soft play. Um, it could be so many layers, like an onion. It's so many, like an encyclopedia of golden moments and memories. But whatever the versatility, that that it entails of you and your child sharing that memory with, every single time that this is recorded, documented, and showcased into your Google Photo archives, into saving it to apps, creating a list of so many encounters. Well, what that will do is it will showcase a timeline of authenticity. And by the same token, it will also showcase truth as to how happy that child is, as to how spiritually in tune he's in with the father regarding sharing that golden moment with the father. It will show many nuances of information. I always loved saying, there used to be a saying back in the day that the camera doesn't lie. By the same token, these days, the audio doesn't lie. The live videos do not lie. Screenshots don't lie. And I can go on and on and on here. But this, staying on track here, this is the positives, the hidden positives, the hidden signs of positivity through parental annihilation. And this is when you have all of this evidence and your ex-partner or your family members do not want to hear this, or they may even know the truth. Most certainly in my case, this is true. the truth is known to, I can't say names, again, I have to be careful. I'm still in certain things regarding proceedings, court proceedings, and I can't say anything, but I can say that it will be over soon. And I can also say that there's been quite a few decisions overturned already in my favour. Now, that's all I can say at this point, because I don't want to say too much due to, you know, the legalities. And if I specify and I name names and I say this and I say that, I'll get into a lot of trouble. But the tide's shifting. Let's just go with that. The tide is shifting exponentially. And this is resulting from many live videos all over my profile, on Facebook, on Google Photos, on my archives, from the ages of 1 to 6, always been in tune. My evidence is packed, stacked, and jacked. Truly it is. And this is, in turn, how as to I was able to get a few decisions that were reversed. Now, again, I can't elaborate as much as I'd love to. I will do once I'm out of this. When I say we, I mean me and my son, once we're out of this. But this will take me into my next segue. The long-term impacts for the child. Parental alienation, man, it really, truly needs to be illegal. It's not, and most likely will never be. But it coincides with what I mentioned in my last live, speaking about this. It's the child that suffers the effects the most, and ego from parents in the short term, they're just focused on tit for tat and victories and fighting. Well, next thing you know, those days turn to weeks, those weeks turn to months, and those months turn to years. And what's it done to the child all this time? Childhood trauma. What confidence? How much confidence is taken away from the child into teenagehood, to 20s and 30s? It stems from childhood. Those are the most key component critical times, right? See, a lot of parents don't know this, but your job as a father, as a man and as a father, is to make your child socially desirable by the age of 4. Because if you do not, they're going to experience nothing but fake smiles from other parents and rejection from the other children. So if children want to play, from 4, 5, 6, 7, they'll sense like an energy. They'll look at the child, how he's been developed, not consciously, but subconsciously. It's just how it is. Trust me, I'm a big believer in the subconscious. People say, you don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about? A child knows about feelings and energy and emotion and subconscious. You're crazy. No, I think the opposite is true. I think they're crazy for not realizing this. Consciously, do they know? Of course not, from such a young age. Subconsciously, they absolutely do. A child, think about it. A child has to go from crawling to, then standing, then learn how to walk, then learning how to do this, how to do that. So they can most certainly learn by feeling and energy and subconscious. And that's something I'm massively, I know that it's true. Children respond to energy, positive and negative energy. It's not the words, it's the emotion behind the words. It's the velocity behind the positive or negative emotions. When parents shout at their children, it's the energy behind the shouting, not so much the volume decimals. It's the energy. It's the and shouting can be looked at in a good way. Example. Excuse that. Oh, let me turn this down because just like last time, it God interrupted my live video. I apologize profoundly for this. God. Oh man. Just when you're going live, it's amazing. Turn my phone off. Here we go. That's just as you are live, amazing. But where were we? I must get better at this, by the way, and have phone switched off. So that's my next task. But staying on track here, and I'm going to do that. So just so my fans know. But staying on track here, yeah, it's what was I talking about? Positive shouting, right? So in a way, it can be looked at in a good light. For example, let's say your child wants to swim, and he's swimming, and you're shouting to encourage him. So there's meaning, there's energy that's in a positive light. So shouting can be a good thing if it's to entice, to encourage, to perform. The energy behind that shouting, the tone, child will register in their heads. It resonates with the child. So I'm a firm believer in energy and the tonality and the meanings behind it, negative or positive alike. And it is how children learn. But yeah, so I absolutely believe that, but I also think that when it comes to these situations, and especially if you've had a checkered past, which I've had through no fault of my own, I was given away in care. No, it's not entirely through no fault of my own, but I was given away in care, and I personally lived under the mental health system from um, 21 to 29 because I just have adult ADHD. But these days it's mental health. It's understood now. It took a worldwide pandemic in order for mental health to be understood. I believe this truth. But when it wasn't understood, you were all thrown together. So I was essentially living with all kinds of issues like schizophrenia and borderline personality disorders. And I don't want to sound disrespectful to those heavy illnesses, but it was making me worse. So I guess what I'm saying is due to my past, um, the authorities, they want to ensure that I'm capable, and I've proven nothing but capable, and getting a balance of raising my son, doing my business. I've got the house, but there's procedures I'm having to go through and undertake. There's many lies that have been told about me due to greed and due to money intensive purposes and things like this. I can't say too much, but your past, when it's used against you, you have to learn to just stack everything up. That's why I repeat myself: stack up, stack up, stack. You have to hammer that home. And I'm not, obviously there's going to be parents that don't even have a past like I do, or they haven't had hard times growing up in the care system and mental health system. I get it. You could just be going through parental alienation. I get it. The fact remains you still need to document absolutely everything and stack up your case. The more that you stack up, the more authenticity that you showcase, the better off you'll be. The better off that you'll be with the authority. Because emotion doesn't lie, energy doesn't lie, nor discriminate. For sure. I don't think this, I know this. And then when you when you're opposed, when you are opposed by your ex, or making up lies, or your family member making up lies, or the authorities even making up lies. Side note, wink, wink, I can't say too much here, but the truth will come out once we're out of this. I can expose many things, and I'm going to. But right now the leash is on, and I can't do such, but I will. But staying on track here, you have to challenge. You have to be respectfully aggressive. Sarcasm is my middle name, by the way. And it's funny, when you're sarcastic, when I used to be like not sarcastic at all, it's a weird way of psychology behind it, and try to like fit in. Things never happen. Now maybe it's because of, I don't know, maybe I'm different, but I find that people relate to me by being sarcastic. So anyway, a bit of humor. But anyhow, yeah, we have to respectfully challenge, be respectfully aggressive, and we have to kind of, I believe, my belief is transmute all of the world's affairs, the hardships that we're all going through universally, collectively. We're all going through it. Yeah. But we have to think, okay, well, what do we do about this? Do we allow it to consume us? Do we allow ourselves to break down? Or do we do something about it? And do we flip it and transmute negative into the positives? I'll give you an example. So, one of the montage of reasons why my son and I, as his father, are so close is I remember during COVID time when we were all locked down in our houses and we were in the garden. My son was a baby then, of course, not even 2. And we'll just be listening to parents shouting at their children all the time, couples arguing. We'd hear a lot of things. What me and my son did, we just played. We played and we played and we made our own noise, but we were laughing and we were laughing together like that, let's have fun, son. Choo choo. We would play on the train tracks outside. Got him a toy train track and reading outside to him. Of course, it was summertime. Just having feel good emotions, shared energy, positive emotional experiences of authenticity, of connection, immersion of connection by way of being immersive towards connecting, whether it was reading, whether it was train tracks, whether it was blowing bubbles in the garden, whatever it was. And that's one example as to how you can flip the negative into positive, ranging from the world's affairs. Back then, now obviously it's a different time. We no longer have that problem. Now it's the cost of living crisis, and that opens up a whole new can of worms and strategies to deal with. But the main, it's different hardship, but the same meaning. How do we flip it? How do we turn it on its head and say, okay, we're lack of this, we're lack of that, we're lack of, in the COVID times, freedom, or cost of living times, finances. Well, how do we counter that? What do? We can counter that by being creative. We can counter this by total immersion to our child, for every fiber of our energy, So anyway, this is part 2. This video is already 20 minutes in, so I've spoken quite a lot here. But if this video resonates with anybody, a call to action I can give to each and every person who watches and consumes this. If you like my content, if you like the content when did my last live video, which is pins, and this current video, just let me know. Give me a thumbs up, and just tell me if you'd like me to continue this these series of emotional um, emotional immersion for your child. Um, how to stack up your evidence accordingly. Talking about the authorities, how I'll be able to go a lot more deeper into that relatively soon once um, I've gone through what I've had to go through within the next month or two. I should be free then. I can't say too much, but let me know. Give me a thumbs up, and if you want me to carry on, please do let me know. I hope this video touches somebody's hearts. I really do. And much love. I hope this video serves. Give me a thumbs up if you want more content like this. I'd appreciate it. Thank you. Much love.